Last year, I was diagnosed with ADD, so I've been working with Ann Seavey a lot more closely this semester and the past few semesters to really make sure that I stay on top of things with my grades, make sure that I stay on top of things with assignments, and she's been really good with helping me create calendars and checklists and to-do lists so that I can make sure that I get everything done that I need to get done. For my whole life, I've always had a problem with my leg, and it's been hard for me to admit that I have just that one more thing that's wrong with me. So that's been hard to deal with, the fact that I have this ADD issue on top of everything else that's been happening in my life. But I've realized that I'm very much a person who doesn't like to admit that I have these problems and likes to try to do things on my own. And I found out through my first year here that I can't do it on my own, and that I need the help from the Academic Support Center and through admitting that I actually have this ADD, which has helped me not only succeed in my classes, but succeed here. One of the funny things about ADD is the misconceptions are actually true. We are very distractible. I don't pay attention a lot in class. I get distracted by people around me, as you just saw. But through the medication and through hard work I've realized that I can work through it. The one thing with disabilities that I'd like people to understand, I guess, through this video, through the other people that I've been talking and through what I've been talking about, is that we're just the same as you guys, just we have something else wrong with us. And for a lot of my life, I was treated very differently because of this situation that I had with my leg. And it made me stand out more, and that made it a lot harder to deal with when you stand out more. The hardest part for me growing up and having this problem, especially through high school and near the end of junior high, not so much in college because I learned how to deal with it, but was the fact that I had to wear a brace on my right leg, which made it a very outward and obvious issue that I had. And what made it especially difficult for me was the fact that everyone can see it, everyone knew that there was something wrong, but they didn't know it was wrong, and I hated having to explain to people what was wrong, what happened, and why I have to wear this brace on my leg. So I think that definitely connects with the fact that I like to try to deal with a lot of things on my own, and I don't like to admit that I have problems because I've had things happen to me my whole life. So I think it makes it a lot easier when people have issues, when people have problems like with my ADD or with the problems with my leg, that I like to be able to blend in, and I don't like it to be pointed out, which is hard sometimes. The thing about ADD is that it's a very internal disorder. I mean, you have the external distraction factor, but it's the internal in your mind about what is going on in your head and what you're thinking about while you're trying to focus on school and you're trying to focus on getting your work done. What people need to understand is that everyone has problems. Everyone has issues. But don't treat them any differently. Treat them like you would any other person, because if you treat them differently, then it makes it more obvious to them that you know that they have problems, and that makes it a lot more uncomfortable.